Hi, hello, this is Model Babe. Hello everybody, just saying hi. I don't really want to talk about what's really in my mind at the moment, but I do really, because I've gone on loads of other channels and people are talking about how they've deleted other people's account because someone tried to hack in or blah 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 blah, and some of the things I've been hearing. No, actually, it's my daughter who's 10 who's gone and clicked on someone's account, and some girl's going on about how, I don't know, she's in tears about something, I don't know why, but she's going on about how someone did something to her account, so therefore she had to get rid of them or something like that. I don't know what she's on about, but I'm just basically trying to talk today for some strange reason about, I don't know really what. Oh, just about trusting people and self-esteem and everything, because obviously I do modelling, and that's not my main job, just to let you know. It's not what I really do as a living. It's something that I did before when I was younger. Here and there I did like some modelling for car hire. I've done fashion shows and stuff like that. You know, I've always wanted to get into modelling, but because I wasn't like anorexic or something, I didn't really get into it, and in that respect, so as I got older I decided to go for glamour modelling a little bit more, and it kind of fizzled out. I tried to make more of a go of it 10 years ago when I was doing lap dancing, and then I took a break to have my daughter, and now I just find, you know, it's a very competitive industry to get into, yet there is a big demand for things where you're showing your boobs and looking very sexy and stuff like that, and of course I don't mind not necessarily showing my boobs, but I don't mind doing glamour modelling and erotic and tasteful glamour, bikini, lingerie, all of that. But I think what this vlog is about is basically more about how one person can actually make you feel bad about yourself. Because like a lot of users on here will say, you know, if they see a picture of me on the background, it's not with me being overly sexy or anything, but if it is a little bit sexy but yet not nude, a lot of people will go, oh wow, you're beautiful, or hey, sexy, or you're gorgeous, or whatever, and you can get like 10 users say that in a comment. Yet if one user goes and says, oh my god, yuck, it can make you feel yucky for some reason. Yet I've never really had any negative comments like that. I've been really lucky, and I sing as well, and on my singing channel I've had over 15,000 views, and I think I might have had one or two thumbs down on a singing video, yet not one person has gone, oh my god, what the hell are you doing, you can't sing at all, or leave it. And I'm really surprised. I've had a lot of really positive comments, but like I said, I'm not in a relationship with anybody, but if I was in a relationship with someone, and obviously I loved them or they loved me or whatever, if there's such thing as that nowadays, who knows. um, yeah, I don't know if there is such thing as love, sorry, the way I'm feeling at the moment, I don't know, because obviously I'm not in a relationship and I can't seem to get into one, and apparently I'm attractive, so therefore I don't know if there is such thing as love, really, with the things that I've heard and the things that I have seen and my experiences. So basically I'm just saying, if you are in a relationship with someone and they love you and you love them, like let's say I was, even though I could be doing modelling and having a lot of people go, wow, you're really beautiful, wow, your pictures look great, or you're gorgeous, or you're sexy, if the person in my life says to me, yuck, I don't like you anymore, that will actually bring me down, believe it or not. Okay, and when I was with my partner for a really long time, I know you probably might not be interested in all of this, but when I was with my ex-partner from 3 years ago, whatever, who I split up with 3 years ago, I mean, I was with him for 8 years. For some reason, no matter what anyone else told me about myself, how amazing I was, or how intelligent, or how talented or beautiful, if he wasn't actually telling me he loved me, or wasn't telling me how amazing I was, for some reason I didn't feel amazing, and I was waiting for him to say it to feel good. And I think the same situation has happened with me again, because, you know, I've been alone for 3 years since my partner left, and I've had a lot of guys interested in me for one thing, which for me isn't what I go for, because I've had that when I was 18 years old, and I'm not 18 anymore. You know, I've been a podium dancer where I finished podium dancing that night, because I was a podium dancer in the Hippodrome in Leicester Square. I was, and I even went back for an audition 10 years ago. But basically I would sometimes meet some guys and they'd want me to go back to their place, and being naive, I presumed I was going back to their place for maybe some kissing, nothing else, but of course they pressured me for sex the whole night. I didn't give it, but that was all they were really interested in, really, and I don't really need that now, you know, a good 10 years on, at least. Yeah, I'm a bit more than 29 years old now. I don't need anybody who just wants to get one thing out of me. So, you know, I don't know, really, I'm just saying that if, you know, at my age, why can't I meet somebody, really, that is actually interested in me as a person? And I'm not going around flaunting my sexuality in real life, because this channel, I sometimes have done that, because I've noticed a lot of channels, there's girls dancing around with their bodies and doing lap dances, and they can't even dance, some of them can, and whatever, and of course I do lap dancing, or I used to, and I do modelling and stuff like that, but I don't attract people that just want me for one thing. And obviously if you're fairly attractive, people are going to want you sexually, yeah, and I do get a lot of people that want to text me on a sexual level, or email, or whatever, and I've been on dating sites, and I've been on these sex sites where the first chat up line is something sexual, and everyone sits behind some kind of image and then pretends to be something that they're not. This is what I've noticed, because I've had a lot of conversations with guys, a lot, because an incident happened to me about 6 months ago where there was someone I really, really liked and I connected with, basically, and I spoke on a level to him on Facebook normally for like 5 hours a night for 2 months, and then I did meet him on a sex site, and it was quite sexual, a conversation, yet I met up with him in person and he wasn't like that at all in real life, yeah. I basically won't go into any more details on that, but he wasn't like that. All the things apparently he was going to do to me, apparently, I was like, oh my god, Jesus. And then in real life, he couldn't even make a move on me, yeah. And I met another guy like that who couldn't wait to get himself out on cam. He was like standing up, just about to get everything out, and I'm just like, okay, and he kept checking over there all the time. I was like, what are you doing, what are you doing? And I realised, is he living with a girlfriend and he's checking if she's awake? So anyway, I met up with this guy for a drink, and he just talked and talked and talked, but nothing about sex at all. Then apparently his ex-girlfriend and him are trying to get it back together, and he feels guilty, so then he ended up deciding to get back with her. And she was the one that was in the background, actually, when he was actually on this sex site, trying to go on cam, showing whatever it was to me, which he didn't, thank God. But it goes to show, you know, when you meet a lot of guys who are actually on these sex sites, and they're either married or pretending they're not married, or they're with a partner, yet they're looking for some fun on the side. It doesn't really make any sense to me, because, you know, if the fun is not there, why don't you just leave that relationship and look for someone that can give you fun and something else? You know, I haven't got anything against it. I mean, I haven't got against anything. Like, if Arabs want to marry 5 or 4 wives or whatever it is, I don't mind that, because I was willing to actually get with an Arab guy once who actually had a wife but never admitted it, but I believed he had one, but I was willing to be another wife if that's the way it would go, because, you know why? If that other wife knows about me and I know about her, it's fine, yeah? So therefore it's not a problem. But people who creep around, let's say, on their wives or their girlfriends, I think there's a big problem, really, yeah? I think there must be something wrong, obviously, yeah? The sex has gone or whatever, but if it's a big part of relationships, sex, you know, if I'm with a guy, and, you know, I'm fairly young, well, I'm not actually young, but I'm young for my age. If I go with a guy and the sex is dying out, I would probably look to actually improve that within the relationship, yeah? And if it's not going to improve in any way whatsoever, I wouldn't say, oh, there is this, 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 and this, there's no point leaving, but I will get some sex elsewhere to substitute, because I don't know if that's a good thing to do, really. I think, you know, if you're sort of maybe 60, 70 years old or something, or you've got like 18 children and there's many reasons to stay together, yeah, you know, that's different. But if you're kind of in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, even in your 50s, you have that choice to go and, you know, because obviously it seems to me, because I do writing, I'm a freelance writer, I don't just write erotica, I write non-fiction as well. So therefore, when something bothers me, I'll tend to write a subject on it. And because of an incident, as I say, last year with a guy I met on a sex site 6 months ago, I basically went in and did investigative journalism on the people that go on these sex sites. And what I actually did was I posed as someone who was well up for it, and I tested these guys out. I basically went on and asked them questions about what are they looking for, blah blah blah, do they want a girlfriend, if not why. A lot of them, believe it or not, had actually been hurt previously, and the reason why they were on sex sites was a means to protect themselves. So therefore they go on a site to have sex with no strings attached. This way they're not expecting anything and they're not going to get hurt again. And you know what, I had been hurt, and I've been hurt several times, and as soon as I get hurt and I begin to recover, I get hurt again, and then as I begin to recover, I get hurt again, and as I begin to recover, I get hurt again. And sometimes that can leave people feeling quite angry, emotional, irrational, upset, disbelieving in themselves, and it can lead you to go and pursue casual sex because you say, what the fuck, there's no one I can trust here, let's just go into this relationship for purely sex, nothing else. I'm going to cut off and treat you like most guys treat women. Sorry, I'm stereotyping here. I'm talking about the guys I have met, not most guys, the guys that I've met. You know, so therefore they do that as a means of protecting themselves against getting hurt. And I was so feeling headstrong, like I said, that I, you know, interviewed these guys, and I said to them, I am a freelance writer and I'm trying to do an article about these sites. And I met one guy who said he was meeting a woman from these sites once every week and sleeping with them, and he was going to clubs and meeting one every week, and he wasn't even an attractive guy. Yeah, so, you know, I think that the availability of these sex sites tells people that obviously, and me, as a journalist and as a writer, I think that sex must be a very, very, very important part of a relationship. So why is it when the sex dies in a relationship, do people still stay together going, there's more to it than that, it's not just about sex? But then if it isn't, why do these people go on these sites trying to find someone? Yeah? If it's not about sex, then don't get sex then. You know, I've even met guys that pretend they're not married and then disappear off at 11 o'clock at night. So I've got to go, and I'm like, well, where are you going? I don't know, but I'm not married. What's that on your finger? That's just a dressing ring. Okay, and I don't know any different, but I'm just saying that sometimes we get with people, and so many guys now are looking for these no strings attached relationships, and it's unfortunate because they seem to think that women are just the same, and they're looking for women that just want to have casual sex, and there's a lot of women making out that they're like that. But I think when you get to know someone sexually for a long period of time, you can actually fall for them. And the thing is, women are more likely to fall for man than a man, but there are men that fall as well. And the men that go looking for these kind of no strings attached women that will just have sex because it's easy, I don't think they realise this, but these women are actually sitting there in gym changing rooms talking and going, oh, I don't know what's happened to him now, he hasn't called me for ages, but I'm going to see what happened. Because I heard some woman in my gym today going on about it, and I'm thinking, is she a girl that met a guy on a sex site? This guy's just thinking it's just a casual bit of sex, but she's thinking, oh my god, when is he going to see me again? I really like him. And just because we haven't actually told these guys that we might be in love with them, the guys think that it's fine, but they don't know any different. And I stupidly make the mistake of being so stupidly fucking honest, excuse my language, yeah? I'm honest, yeah? I can't sit there and pretend that I don't feel something for someone, and then if I tell a guy that I love him, even if it's after, let's say, 3-4 months, whatever, they sort of disappear like it's the most extreme thing in the world. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? You know, why is other people deserving to actually have love from someone, yet I've been told I'm attractive, sexy, charismatic, easygoing, beautiful, talented, you know, blah 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 blah, yet no one can hang around for more than 5 minutes because love is some dangerous word. So this is basically what my vlog is about, really. I'm just really confused why people confuse people, that's all. And I'm sorry that it's got no relevance to being totally sexy. I'm sure my next video will be, but anyway, just this is me getting everything out of my system and just telling you that I won't trust anybody for a very, very long time. So never mind, I'm sure it's not relevant to anyone, but at least I said it. So thanks very much for listening and giving me your time, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much.